Julia.
I'm Angela.
And today we're going to be sharing with you a little bit about Parktown, Singapore's largest integrated development. But before we move forward, please help us to hit the like and subscribe button for more of such videos, or even better, send this to someone who may find this useful. Today we're going to be sharing with you the overview of Parktown, the site plan as well as the unit mix. We'll be comparing between the layouts as well as how we derive the estimated launch day pricing, and be discussing whether or not there is a demand for integrated developments as well as your exit strategy for Parktown.
Parktown is a one-stop lifestyle hub with the retail mall of shops, F&B, commercial and outdoor recreation areas. Parktown is integrated with the Tampines North MRT and the bus interchange. Together, we also have the community club, hawker centre and the public plaza directly below the residences.
Parktown will be Singapore's largest integrated development with transport hub by land area and GFA. It will also be Tampines' first fully integrated development. If you look at the other integrated developments in Singapore, we have Campus Heights, Centris, which is located in Jurong, Bedok Residences, Hillion, North Park, Sengkang Grand Residences, Pasir 8 and the Reserve Residences. The nearest integrated development to Parktown will be Pasir 8. Is there a demand for integrated developments in Singapore? Let's see. Piccadilly Grand sold 77% of units on launch weekend. Pasir 8 sold 85% of units on launch weekend. Lentor Modern, which was launched in 2022, sold 84% of units on launch day. Canning Hill Pierce, which is located in the Clarke Quay area, sold 77% of units during launch weekend. So the question is back to you. Do you think that there's a demand for integrated developments in Singapore?
In order to answer the question, let's take a look at how some integrated developments have performed. For North Park Residence at Yishun, we can see the highest profit is 634,000. Let's take a look at Watertown at Punggol. The highest profit we can see is 1.14 million.
And many of them all have achieved this. You have the 1.1, 1.09, even 900 over 1,000, and these are all typically the bigger bedroom types. There will be a total of 12 blocks in Parktown Residence with a total of 1,193 units, ranging from 1+Study all the way to 5-bedroom units. The expected vacant possession will be in 2030.
Parktown is a joint venture by UOL, Capital Land and Singapore Land. And some of the mixed development they have done is Sengkang Grand Residences, Orchard Residence and Canning Hill Pierce.
Parktown will be located along Tampines Avenue 11 in the heart of Tampines North. Within the 1 km range to Parktown, you'll find Courts, Giant and IKEA within walking distance. And within the 2 km range, you will find Tampines Wafer Fat Park, Pasir Ris Wafer Fat Park, as well as many international schools and secondary schools, ensuring that your demand from tenants and future buyers are kept high.
There will be 13,600 square meter of commercial and retail space in Parktown Residence.
Just to give you a rough idea on the size of Parktown, it will have about 100 to 120 shops. This will consist of supermarket, F&B, hawker stores, and more. If you want to compare to Sengkang Grand Residences, which is also an integrated development, they have a total of 96 stores. So you can see that Parktown retail site will be about 20% bigger than Sengkang Grand Residences.
For the parking wise, for the retail site is at base and B1 and B2. For the residential, we're actually at B1. The good thing of Parktown, right, is that the residents can directly access from their landscape deck all the way down to the commercial decks.
In terms of vehicular access, it's kept separate. All those who are entering the retail side of Parktown will enter from this site at Tampines Avenue 11, and all residents for Parktown Residence will be entering from Tampines Street 62. So you won't face any instances of having traffic jam or fighting to enter the entrance of your development. In terms of the view, this is the street view from Tampines Street 62. Entrance for residents will come in from here, and this is where you'll also find your hawker centre. For visitors to your development or visitors to the integrated development, entrance is from Tampines Avenue 11, and this is where you also find your MRT entrance, the commercial entrance, drop-off and pick-up, as well as community club, retail shops and community plaza.
1,193 units, a total of 12 blocks from 7-story to 8-story, 12-story and 13-story.
So you'll be able to see that for Parktown itself, it is designed in a way where it's undulating towers, where in the center the towers are a little bit shorter and at the side the towers are a little bit taller. The units at Parktown will range from 1+Study all the way to 5-bedroom units, and you can see an estimated maintenance fee will range from 362 for the 1+Study, 442 for the 2 bedrooms as well as the 3 bedrooms. 3-bedroom premium plus study and 4-bedroom premium, it will be about 514, and for the 5-bedroom it will be about 587.
This is the unique mix of Parktown Residence. As you can see, most of the percentage is made up by the 2 bedrooms and the 3 bedrooms.
There are 2 primary views for Parktown, internal or external facing. The external facing will be facing residential developments, whereas the internal facing you will either have pool view or greenery view. So for those of you who want to stay in an integrated development but are afraid that a mega development may be too crowded, you may consider staying in units which are located in Park East, where the block-to-block distance are a little bit further from each other. Parktown is a mega development with over 1,100 units. It is so big. On the site plan, what you can see is that it is actually split into 2 major areas. One side is Park West and the other side is Park East. Park West looks like a more condensed development. The units between Park West closer and a little bit more dense. The units in Park East, the spacing between the blocks is a little bit wider, and it actually looks like 2 separate developments.
Okay, for the Park East side, we can see that the distance across each other is like from 70 meters to 94 meters to 118 meters. So for the more dense side, which is actually at the Park West side, you can see the closest is at 22 meters, which actually is quite close to each other. But we do have a nice view of 119 meters that's across these 2 blocks. And across this block is also about 29 meters and 48 meters. And over here, we also have 176 meters, which is quite far away from each other.
So what we've done is we've superimposed the block distance onto the site plan, so it just gives you a little bit of a rough idea. If you can't see this, just pause this screen, take a screenshot and zoom in. So in trying to analyze and see how the developers for Parktown will price for the unit, we decided to use Sengkang Grand Residences. Sengkang Grand Residences is also jointly developed by Capital Land. It has a total of 680 units and achieved TOP in 2023. Sengkang Grand Residences also has a community club, hawker centre, as well as it is surrounded by developments around it. So the view will be either internal facing or external facing, just like Parktown. So for Parktown, all those which are located on the outside are facing externally and will face residential developments. Same for Sengkang Grand Residences, where they do face other developments such as schools, condos and or HDB. The internal facing for Sengkang Grand Residences will have pool view as well as greenery view, as well as a view of the development. Likewise for Parktown Residences, you do have a view of the pool, greenery, and the facilities.
We have drawn some data from Sengkang Grand Residences and how the developer have priced their units. Let's take a look at the 2-bedroom price. So for both 764 square feet, one in inward facing and the outward facing, we can see that the difference is about $71,000. So the percentage, the difference is about 5.79% based on like the inward facing and the outward facing difference. The 3-bedroom, we can see that it's on both on the same level, level 5 at 936 square feet. The inward facing is at about 1.6 million, where the outward facing is at 1.531, which is about 70,000 cheaper as well for the outward facing. From this, another example of level 9 at 936 square feet, we can see that the inward facing is also priced at a more premium price of 1.633 compared to 1.563, which is about another 70,000 more. Since we can see that the inward facing is more premium and more expensive. We take an average of 4.51% and 4.47% and come up to 4.49% average of the price difference between the premium and non-premium facings. For the 4-bedroom price, we can see that for 1313 square feet, both at level 8, you can see that the price difference is at 2.269 and 2.151 and a difference of 118,000. So it comes up to about 5.5% price difference in between the premium facing and the non-premium facings. last data that we have drawn is actually another 4-bedroom unit that's based the difference on level 6 and level 12. We can see that the price difference is about 60K between the 6th floor. So we can see that it's about 10K per floor jump. So in summary, we can see that the 2-bedroom, the price difference percentage is about 5.79% and the per floor jump is about 5 to 6,000. For the 3-bedroom, it's average at 4.49% between the premium facing and the non-premium facing, and the per floor jump is about 8K. And lastly, the 4-bedroom, the price difference is about 5.5% between the premium and the non-premium facing, and the per floor jump is about 10K.
Besides analysing Sengkang Grand Residences, we also looked at the data in Pasir and Tampines itself because that's where Parktown Residence is located. In terms of quantum, the accepted pricing for large units are in the range of 2.48 to 7.68, and these are all bought from Pasir 8 during the launch. Treasures at Tampines, the highest recorded transaction was 2.988 million, and it's all in the range of about 2.5 to 2.6 to 2.7 million. In terms of per square feet, these are the prices which were transacted by the buyers in Pasir 8 who bought directly from the developer. It went from as low as about 1,600 PSF all the way to 2,000. You can see that for the 2-bedroom units, it went up to 2,100 PSF, and many of the units also transacted at around 2,000 plus PSF. So for Treasure at Tampines, these are all the transacted units in terms of PSF. In terms of the highest PSF, we are looking at 1,858. Okay. And from there, we use the data from Pasir 8 as well as Treasure at Tampines to arrive at our price matrix for Parktown. We'll be using a range of about 1,009 to 2,002 as our starting from PSF. So for Parktown Residence, there are a lot of different layouts even within the 1+Study, the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you an overview of the units within the bedroom types itself, the size difference, as well as whether they are internal or external facing and which part of the development they are located at.
First, we'll come to 1-Bed+Study. Total, we have 2 sizes of 506 square feet and 463 square feet. We have 4 external facing units and the rest are all internal facing. So coming to the layout, we can see that for the 506 square feet and the 463 square feet, the main key difference is actually the location of the study. For the 506 square feet, you can see that the study is tucked in between the master bedroom and the master bathroom, whereas the 463 square feet, you can see that the study is all tucked at the side of the unit itself. So for those that maybe does not like the unit, the study to be actually tucked in between the master bedroom and the toilet, you can consider the 463 layout.
So in terms of the estimated launch day pricing, we followed the way that the developer priced the unit for Sengkang Grand Residences. We applied a 5.7% variance in the price. If it's launched at 2,000 PSF, with a 5.79% variance, it will be 2.116 KPSF for the premium facing units. So we're looking at about a 60K to 110K price difference between a premium facing and a non-premium facing unit. Moving to the 2-bed 1-bath, they are all 592 square feet but different layout.
Most of the units are facing external, and out of all the internal facing, we spotted 1 premium stack which is at stack 11 with an unblocked distance of 119 meters.
So the main differences between the 592 layouts are in the entrance area. So for type B1, you have a shorter foyer space, whereas for type B2 and B3, you have, the moment your door opens, you are actually into the kitchen already. To the 2-bed 2-bath, we have 678 square feet for most of the units, and we do have one which is at 721 square feet. They also are a mix of internal and an external facing and located in both Park East and Park West. In terms of the premium stacks that we think that the developer will load the pricing on, it will be at stacks 101, 110, 111, as well as 56, 65, 83, and 92 because they are all facing the pool in Park East.
So out of all the 678 square feet layout, we can see that the main key difference is actually at the alignment of the balcony door to the windows of the bedroom. As you can see, some is for this bedroom 2 is actually in line with the balcony, where for this bedroom 2 right is a little bit tucked inside.
So between BP3, 4 and 5, the key differences lie in the entrances of the rooms. So you can see that when you walk in from BP3, your master bedroom sort of faces your bedroom 2. Whereas for BP4, the entrance of the common bedroom and the master bedroom are staggered. So those who prefer a little bit more privacy, this is the layout that you can focus on. Because for some of the buyers that we have, their feedback when it comes to dumbbell layouts is that they don't like it that the moment they step into the living area, the whole house feels very exposed, and at one glance you can look into the bedrooms of your master bedroom and your common bedroom. However, for this BP3 layout, it's a little bit more squarish where all your bedrooms are aligned with each other.
So for those that actually like the traditional layout, you can actually go for the 721 square feet, which is the BP5. For those that likes the traditional layout compared to the dumbbell layout, you can go for the 721 square feet, which is BP5.
In terms of the estimated launch day pricing between the premium facing and the non-premium facing, we applied the same variance, which is 5.79% in terms of the price difference between a premium facing and a non-premium facing. Based on the different potential starting prices, we are looking at about 100K price variance between a premium facing and a non-premium facing unit for the 2-bed, 2-bath. All the 2-bed plus study are all internal facing.
It's all at 764 square feet.
You may be able to find a star buy which is located at Stack 3. We spotted a unit that may be priced very, very competitively on launch day, which is Stack 3, because the block-to-block distance is very, very close to Block 9, so the developer may price it very much lower just so to get the units moving. So for Stack 34, you will have a very, very excellent view even though it's located in Park West, because the block-to-block distance is 119 meters.
So coming to the layout for BPS1 and BPS2, you can see that the main difference is actually only at the RC latch at the master bedroom, where here is actually there's an RC latch at the master bedroom and here does not have.
Comparing between the 2-bed plus study and the 2-bed, 2-bath,
the main key difference is at the study area and the little space outside the study area. Taking 2,000 per square feet for the 2+ study, we are looking at about 1.528 for the non-premium facing and 1.616 for the premium facing. So if to compare the 2-bed, 2-bath and the 2-bed plus study, we can see that there's a difference about 170K to 200+K for the additional study room. For the 3-bed, 2-bath, we are looking at a total of 5 different types and 3 different sizes.
We have 926 square feet, 936, 947. Only 2 of the stacks are internal facing, and between these 2 stacks itself, only stack 59 has a good block-to-block distance of 78 meters. For stack 48, even though it's internal facing, you're very, very close to block 11, and the block-to-block distance is only at 22 meters. So just to give you a bit of perspective, an Olympic-sized pool is 50 meters. So this is less than half the distance of an Olympic-sized pool. Between the 926 square feet, 936 square feet, and 947 square feet, the key differences lie in the toilet and the kitchen. For the 936 square feet, the toilets come with windows as well as the kitchen. So you can do your wok hei and your toilets will be well ventilated. But not to worry, if you're choosing the 926 layout, all the toilets will come with mechanical ventilation.
Besides the toilet and the kitchen window, the main difference is actually just at the door.
So you will have a bit of a larger foyer space in the 936 and the 947. In terms of the increment in price, we're looking at the estimated starting price of 2,100 PSF. For the additional 10 square feet at 2,100 PSF, you're looking at paying a premium of $21,000 for windows, which I think is pretty worth it. And for the jump of this additional foyer space here from the type C2 to C3, for the additional 11 square feet, you're looking at 23,000. So for the jump from the 926 square feet all the way to the 947 square feet for windows in the toilet, windows in the kitchen, and a larger foyer space, you're looking at paying a premium of about 44,000.
So comparing the 2+ study and the compact, paying an additional of 340K, I'm not sure you think it's worth it to have for just another half a room.
For those who are looking for 3 proper bedrooms, the 926 layout would be ideal. However, if you don't really need 3 proper bedrooms and 2.5 bedrooms are enough, you're actually saving 340K.
The 2-bed premium plus study might be a better choice for you. Let us take a quick glance at the 947 square feet layouts. The main key difference for the C3, C4 and C5 is at the foyer itself. So those who want to have a more privacy one, you can actually go for the C5, which is actually have a longer foyer. And those that does not mind that have to have more open concept, we can actually go for the C3 layouts because all the size is the same. Moving on to share the 3-bedroom premium, you have a total of 8 different types. Consists of 1066 square feet, 1076 square feet, and 1055 square feet. And mostly is located at Park East.
So for Parktown, they are all the same size, but they look a little bit different in terms of the layout. So for the 1066 square feet, the key differences lie again in the size of the foyer. So for those who want a little more privacy in the house, you can consider to go for the type CP3, which your main door opens and you cannot see the rest of the house. CP4, CP5, CP6, the differences in the unit all lie in the way that the foyer is designed. So for those who value their privacy and like to leave their main door open, CP5, CP6 may be more suitable for you. So between the 1076 layout and the 1055 layout, the key difference lies in the balcony. For CP7, the balcony is bigger. For CP8, the balcony is smaller. In terms of the usable space inside the house, there's not much of a difference. And do note, for all the 3-bed premium, it comes with a household shelter as well as a yard. All the toilets will come with windows for natural ventilation.
Comparing the 1066 and 1076, the 10 square difference, which is come up to 21,000.
So in terms of the 1066 and the 107 square feet, the main difference lies in the foyer space. However, within the 1066 square feet, you already do have units with that privacy where even if you leave the door open, no one will look inside. But if you're more inclined to the stacks itself for CP7, you're looking at a premium of approximately 21,000. In terms of the estimated launch day pricing and the difference between a 3-bed 2-bath as well as a 3-bed premium, key differences between the 3-bed 2-bath and the 3-bed premium is that the 3-bed premium comes with a yard as well as a household shelter. If you're looking at a launch price of around 2,000 PSF or 2,100 PSF, you're looking at 1.98 for a non-premium facing unit and a 2.07 for a premium facing unit. However, if the developer decides to launch at 2,200 PSF, you're looking at 2.083 million for a non-premium facing unit and 2.176 for a premium facing unit. And do note that typically for smaller size unit, the PSF will be higher. So for the 3-bedroom premium, the size itself is 1066, so we are guesstimating that the PSF launching for this will be slightly lower. So if we take 2,000 PSF versus 2,200 PSF for the non-premium facing, price difference, you're looking at a starting price of 2.132 versus a price of 2.176 for the premium facing unit. Meaning to say that it may be possible for buyers to get a 3-bedroom premium unit with a yard, with a household shelter. Maybe your facing isn't so premium, but you get the additional space for similar price. So Angela, which one will you choose?
I will go for practicality. I think 3-bedroom premium would be a better choice.
So on launch day itself, it's very important to have an agent to guide you on the way that the developer has priced the unit and how to do the price mapping, because it can be possible that the 3-bed 2-bath and the 3-bed premium may be in the same price range. It could be different facing, different floor levels, but for the same price, you may be able to find a unit which is bigger in size, a lot more practical, and for a lower or the same price as a high floor premium facing unit.
For the 3 premium plus study, we have a total of 3 sizes of 1163 square feet, 1173 square feet, and 1184 square feet. It's also fair spread between the Park East and the Park West. We have spotted 2 premium stacks, which is stack 93 and stack 71, which both located at Park East, facing the pool. Comparing the 2 similar sizes of 1163 square feet, the key difference is at the foyer area. And coming to 1163 square feet and 1184 square feet, the key difference is also at the foyer area. We can see that 1184 square feet have a slightly longer foyer area. and both will give the privacy that other people will not able to look into the units when you open the door.
So for the additional space of 21 square feet, if we price it at around 2,100 PSF, you're looking at a premium of 44,100. So you're paying 44,100 for additional foyer space. Is it worth it?
I think if developer is going to launch at around 2,000 per square feet, the 3 premium study, we are looking at about 2.326 for the non-premium facing and 2.430 for the premium facing. So take the comparison for the jump of 3-bedroom premium to 3-Bed+Study, we are looking at about 190,000+ to 200, about 220,000 difference for the extra study. Coming to the 4-bed, 2-bath, we have a total of 5 different types of layout and a total of 5 different stacks. And most of the stacks is facing the inner facing and only one stack is facing the outer facing. The size of 1,335 square feet, 1,345 square feet and 1,356 square feet. For these 2 stacks of stack 24 and 21, located at Park West, to take note is very close to the next block.
So for the 4-bed, 2-bath, we have the 1,335 square feet, type D1 and D2. They are both the same size. The main difference is in the foyer area. This unit type also only has 1 common bathroom. There is no junior master in this layout type. So all 3 common bedrooms will be sharing this common toilet. However, for bedroom 4, it's a Jack and Jill access, so it can act as a junior master as well. But you have to note that all 3 bedrooms will be sharing 1 toilet. So this unit type may not be the most suitable for intergenerational living. So when you come in, you walk in your foyer, your kitchen, you do have this glass feature here which allows for natural light to come into the kitchen when you're cooking. This is a glass feature, this is a glass feature. The 4 bedroom types all come with a household shelter and yard. For type D3 and D4, D3 is 1,345 square feet and D4 is 1,356 square feet. The main difference again lies in the foyer, the way it's designed. For type D4, you do have a little bit of a walk-in wardrobe. So in the master bedroom, you enter in here, you have your master toilet and an L-shaped cabinet where you can install a sliding door, and this whole entire bathroom and vanity area can be kept separate. Another thing to note is that for this 4-bedroom layout type, even though it's not a landscape layout, you can see that the wall-to-wall distance is pretty good as you're able to fit 2 sofas here. So assuming 2,100 PSF as the starting from price, for the premium, the extra that you'll be paying for the 11 square feet, you're paying approximately $23,100 for this walk-in wardrobe, which I must say seems pretty worth it.
For the 4-bedroom premium, we have 2 different type and 2 different size of 1,485 square feet and 1,496 square feet. And all the facing is facing inside. The key difference between the 1,485 square feet and the 1,496 square feet also lies in the foyer area. You can see that 1,496 have a longer foyer area compared to the 1,485 square feet layout. And the main difference between the 4-bed 2-bath and the 4-bed premium is lies on the junior master. So we can see from the floor plan that here both of the 1,485 and 1,496 come with a junior master, where the 4-bed 2-bath does not have a junior master. So for families that once have a junior master room and an additional bathroom, this layout will be a better choice for you.
So one thing to note that for this 4-bedroom premium layout, all the bedrooms are tucked on one side of the house. So this is very suitable for those who do not like the dumbbell layout in the larger unit types.
Yeah, this will also give a lot of privacy when you have friends and relatives come to your place. The rooms, the people in the room will not be disturbed.
So in terms of the estimated launch day pricing, because you can see that the floor plate is really big here in Parktown Residence, we're estimating about 1,900 to 2,000 PSF as the starting from price.
Take for example, for the 1,900 per square feet, we are looking at 2.536 for the 4-bed 2-bath and for the non-premium facing. So for premium, we are looking at 5.5% increase. It will be 2.676 for the premium facing. Developer going to launch higher at 2,000 2,001 per square feet, we'll be looking at about 2.8 million for the non-premium facing and 2.957 for the premium facing.
For the 4-bed premium, as you already know, the extra lies in that one additional bathroom and the extra space that you'll be getting in the house. So for that additional bathroom, which can be found in the junior master, you're looking to pay an extra premium of about 285 to 300 plus thousand for this feature.
So do you think it's worth it? Will you go for it?
I would say that it will be a lot more comfortable if you have more bathroom, especially for multi-generational living. Over to the 5-bedroom, we have 2 stacks, stack 67 and stack 100, and they are both internal facing, both located in Park East, and all of them will have a pool facing view.
Coming to the 5-bedroom layout, total of 1679 square feet. So as we step into the living, we can see there's a separate living and a dining. Although it's not a landscape layout, we can see that the living space is quite spacious because we can fit two big sofas. And something I like about the kitchen is that it's sliding glass door, so it will give amber light into the kitchen. 3 common room over here. We have the master walk-in wardrobe and a junior master tucked at one side. The only setback I would say that the junior master is facing the AC latch. So the rest I think is a very proper space for the multi-generation living.
So the size difference between a 4-bedroom unit and a 5-bedroom unit is 183 square feet. For the 183 square feet, if we assume a starting from price of 1,900 PSF, you're looking at paying a premium of 347,000. So for this 347,000, you're getting an extra room. Comparing the location of the junior master, for the 4-bedroom premium, the junior master is located with the same facing as your master bedroom, whereas for the 5-bedroom, the junior master faces a different direction from the master bedroom. And you know that for the master bedroom, the view would definitely be better than the junior master.
So for people that does not like private lift, the good thing for Parktown is that it does not have any private lift for any 4-bedroom and the 5-bedrooms.
So no wasted space. Everything that you see here is all yours to use. So we've done up the price matrix, and because the floor plate is so big for the 5-bedroom units, we are guesstimating that the starting from price could start from around 1,900 to 2,000. So based on that, we're looking at a starting price of around 3.19 million for a 5-bedroom unit, or in the range of around 3.3 to 3.5, depending on what the developer prices it at. So if you're interested to find out the price list of any of the bedroom types in Parktown Residence when it's released, scan the QR code above to contact Angela or myself, and we'll be happy to share them with you.
So Julia, who do you think is the future buyer for Parktown?
You may be buying today for investment, or you may be buying for own stay, but regardless, it's always important to know who your future buyers are going to be so that you can secure a very solid exit strategy. Tampines has one of the largest HDB populations in Singapore. That's good news for buyers of private developments here in Tampines because this secures your future buyers. So these are the HDB estates in Tampines and Pasir. Estimated TOP dates, estimated MOP dates, and you can see that the number of units is really huge. So you can see that in the estates of Tampines and Pasir, the demand itself is sufficient to upgrade, and you don't really need upgraders from the other locations of Singapore wanting to buy a unit in your development. But of course, if they do, it's a welcome bonus. The total upgraders in all these areas will amount to around 14,751. You don't even need all of them to upgrade, and this amount in itself is already 14 times of Parktown.
And putting aside that other estate will want to come into Tampines and buy Parktown as well.
That will be a very welcome bonus. And looking at the current supply of the HDB units in Tampines and Pasir, they will form your future demand for buying a unit in Parktown as well as the other private estates in Tampines. This is where Parktown is located, and this is where the future Tampines North MRT will be. And surrounding it will be 4 future residential plots. 2 confirmed residential developments would be Orel and Tenant, and these 2 are ECs. These will also form your future competition when you're looking to sell off your unit in the future. When should you exit Parktown? If you're looking to exit Parktown as an investor, you may want to exit Parktown between 2028 to 2030, just so that you can exit before the other owners of the ECs will be exiting. However, typically when an EC hits MOP, around 20 to 30% of the units will hit the market, and it wouldn't be a full 100% of the units that will hit the market. So given the huge supply of HDB upgraders, which will translate into a higher demand for your private residential unit, it is still pretty safe. Do note though, as much as possible, it's important to keep your entry price as low as possible so that you won't be too far away from your competitors like in Orel or Tenant. So does this mean that anyone that buys into Parktown needs to sell off their unit by 2030?
No, even if you want to sell after 2031 or 2032, not to worry, because even after 2032, there will still be a large number of HDBs that will MOP in the new Tampines area.
We've come to the end of our sharing for Parktown Residence. If you're keen to find out more about Parktown Residence and your future exit strategy, and how it compares to Orel, Tenant, or any other development in Singapore, do scan the QR code above to contact Angela or myself. Otherwise, please help us to like and subscribe or share this with someone that may find this useful. Thank you for watching. Bye!